Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalie-resiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency.
This is NOJHL Game Day. Welcome inside our studio once again, everybody. I'm Alex Bastiavansky. Puck drop is just minutes away now, but I've got to get you caught up on all the latest from the league first. So let's go.
Gravel up to the blue line. Bertrand drops it back. The shot scores! Ivan Kedrov!
Day one of the NOJHL Showcase featured plenty of sublime goals. Ivan Kedrov put Elliott Lake up 2-0 with that snipe. And for a while, the Vikings looked to be in control against Espanola. Dylan Hendrick with his tally to make it 3-1. But the Paper Kings chipped away at that lead. With the score 3-2, Lucas Dubois sneaks one home to draw Espanola even. Just a minute later, Luke Hill. Good things happen when you go hard to the net. The Kings would never lose the lead. They triumph 6-5 in a thriller. Sioux facing Iroquois Falls. The Eagles hit early on.
4 for 11, 36.4%, and they score right off the hop. Cooper Fredericks. It only took 12 seconds, and the Eagles are flying.
Fredericks making it 1-0. In the second, though, look at this weird one. Jack Nowirl goes to cover up the puck, but oopsie. Instead, gives it right to Ben Sherman, who says thanks. It's 1-1. In the third, though, Luke Russell with a wicked wrister to put the Eagles up for good. The Sioux takes down the Storm, 3-2. The final. French River taking on Kirkland Lake. The Rapids led 2-0 when Cameron Jansa does this.
Now here come the Rapids the other way. Jansa with a break to the net, and he scores! Cameron Jansa with a beauty backhander and make it 3-0 Rapids.
Jansa had 2 goals in the contest. Third frame, the Miners cut into the lead with this Alexander Sackett deflection out front, but Hunter Valanes keeps it out of reach for the Miners. He pots his second of the day. The Rapids triumph 5-2. Blind River faced Powassan in the afternoon as well. Noah Suzurik draws first blood for the Beavers as he manages to find the back of the net. In the second, however, Anthony Boyes just sneaks this one over the line to knot it up at 1 apiece. And then late in the frame, Justin Russo bangs it in for what proves to be the game winner. 2-1, Voodoo's the final. Thunderbirds facing the Rock. Timmins hits first off this gorgeous 2-on-1 execution.
If he gets to that point again, now there's a 2-on-1 for the Rock coming into the zone. It's Sear, pass to the middle, they score! Travis Powen off the great one-time tuck-in.
But the T-Birds just refuse to go away. Down 2-0, Jonathan Sonadecker nabs a short-handed tally to make it a 1-goal game. And then late in the third, Cooper LaBelle with the tip-in, and it's all tied up. But Timmins wasn't done yet.
And that one stunned him, but he's staying out there. 5 seconds left on the power play. A massive penalty kill for the Thunderbirds, and we're back to even strength. Here's a fresh shot, save made, rebound, score!
Alexis Tremblay with the game winner as the Rock survive a scare and take it 4-2. Okay, the final game of the day, Greater Sudbury squared off with the Hearst Lumberjacks.
Here's Mason Walker, pass to the middle, just out of the reach of McCartney. Now he pushes up the right side. McCartney scores!
McCartney with the sublime solo rush made it 3-zip Cubs in the second. Hearst would cut it to 2-1, but then Lucas Signoretti sets up Ben Harris out front, and the lead was back to 3 goals. A big moment here for the Lumberjacks. Keenan Quenville, late in the period, collect that puck. That is his first ever NOJHL goal. Congrats, Keenan. In the third, though, Noah Cohan does this.
Fights off the forechecker. Here's Cohan driving through the middle. Cohan! Oh, baby, he scores!
Superlative rush by Cohan as Greater Sudbury ultimately would hold off the Lumberjacks 5-4. So let's take a look at the schedule for day 2 of the showcase. 6 games on tap once again. Espanola faces Kirkland Lake. The Lumberjacks take on the Sioux Thunderbirds. French River will tangle with the Sioux Eagles. The Timmins Rock against the Blind River Beavers, Iroquois Falls, and Elliott Lake and the Powassan Voodoos, rounding out the showcase against Greater Sudbury at 6:45. Some league news to tell you about. This news just broke yesterday. Sudbury super rookie Mason Walker has signed with the Sudbury Wolves of the OHL. The 16-year-old has been outstanding this year, leading the league in scoring with 13 points in 9 games. Congratulations, Mason. Also, the CJHL came out with its first national rankings of the year. 2 NOJHL squads made the top 20. Timmins came in at number 14 on the list. The Rock have lost just a single game in 7 outings so far. And the defending champs, the Sudbury Cubs, were 19th. The boys in blue are tops in the league with 14 points, just 1 regulation loss so far. Your primetime player from last night, once again, the honor goes to Noah Metivier of the Sioux Thunderbirds. Yes, the T-Birds lost against Timmins, but Noah stopped 39 of 42 shots, some of them incredible, as you'll see in just a moment. He has been fantastic this season. And your play of the day brought to you, of course, by BrokerLink Auto, Home, and Business Insurance. BrokerLink, life can be confusing. Your insurance shouldn't be. And it was Metivier with the sweep of the awards once again. Check out this save.
Overskated the puck. Now he'll fire it in. The Rock looking to get back after Tremblay with a nice pass. Here's a backdoor feed. Oh my, what a stop! Noah Metivier, that is the veteran we all know and love. That is the save of the showcase right there. What a cross-crease stop. My goodness.
That was huge and a beauty of a stop.
And just as a reminder to stay up to date with everything all season long that's going on in the NOJHL, you can check out the league's official social media outlets. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Off to the rink now for puck drop. Enjoy the game.
And we thank Alex for another edition of an action-packed NOJHL game day. Great job, Alex, and we welcome you inside Countryside Arena. You're watching live on Fast Hockey. You're watching live on Flow Hockey, and you're tuned in to the Frontline broadcast on YouTube. I am Matthew Sukram alongside Harrison Clements, and it's day 2 of the 2024 NOJHL Showcase, and we've got the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners on tap against the Espanola Paper Kings. Harrison.
And we had the pleasure of calling the Espanola Paper Kings game yesterday, where they just beat out the Elliott Lake Vikings 6-5, potting 6 goals in the second period alone. Absolutely monstrous with their special teams, and absolutely incredible matchup. We're expecting to see good things on the rink here today. And the last game that the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners played, they lost 5-2 to French River in the showcase. Here's goals scored by Sake and Tinge, and Cale Moberg was 32 and 37 in net. So hoping for a better result for the basically freshly revamped Gold Miners this year, only retaining 4 of their previous roster. So looking to make a fresh start this year. Definitely adding some size along to their roster. And while the Espanola Paper Kings have made a few key changes, they have still maintained their speed and, well, as evidenced by 6 goals yesterday, their goal scoring ability.
Yeah, with 6 goals in a game yesterday, we talked about that wasn't or hasn't been a factor for Espanola this year, but the fact that that was just their second one of the season comes down to what they're doing on the defensive side. 42 goals allowed for the Espanola Paper Kings. That's the most goals they have allowed that's the most goals allowed out of any NOJHL team so far this season. But again, the outlier was that 11-goal let-up that they had against Sudbury earlier in the season.
Well, we're about to get started, so let's quickly do our starting lineup.
Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by The Clubhouse by Gateway Golf. Located on Oak Street East in North Bay, Ontario. With over 200 plus real-time courses, simulator arcade games, and delicious eats, The Clubhouse is North Bay's newest social hangout.
And we'll get you those starting lineups on the first whistle as Wicklander has it just below us. Feeds it to the right side boards. Trying to play it in front to Murphy. Murphy whips it around to the far side. Picking it up over there is Pethick. He'll fire it in. It's over the glass and out of play.
So our starting lineup for the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners is Martin Brousseau, Aaron Leaners, Inde Abresh, Alexander Sackett, Colin Tingay, and in net is Nolan Nickel. And for the Paper Kings, we have Aiden Pethick, Liam Rampersad, Grady Murphy, Jack Anderson, Caden Wicklander, and in net is Helke.
And a nice save there by Nolan Nickel, who gets the start in the second game of the showcase for the Gold Miners. It was Cale Moberg in net yesterday. There's a shot off the backhand from Menard. It's picked up now in the corner. Booth looking for it, but it's blocked, and the Gold Miners will clear it. Hard hit thrown at center ice with Menard knocking down Colin Tingay, and then a return receipt from Rooney on Guthrie. But there's a stretch pass to Booth, getting in, taking the shot, save made, and Nickel goes sprawling into the net with Booth knocking him down. A minute 15 in, no score, and the game is starting off with some pretty good physicality.
Well, Espanola saw a lot of success close to the net yesterday, getting in, making the netminders uncomfortable. Clearly going with the same tactic today, and they were able to force a lot of plays at neutral ice against the Vikings. And, well, we've seen they've tried that same strategy here, and they'll get the offensive zone draw. They were very successful on the draws yesterday, basically keeping them in the game against the Vikings, making sure that they kept that faceoff percentage high, giving them as many opportunities with the puck as possible.
Marincola in the face-off circle against Rooney. Rooney wins it back for Kirkland Lake. That's Robideau in the far side, looking for Kirkland. It's down to the point, kept in the zone. Espanola with the shot. That's blocked in the middle. And the Gold Miners will skate it out. Rooney on the dump-in. Picked up by Grobinopoulos behind the net. Now into the corner. Grobinopoulos finds the puck. He'll skate it up to the blue line and get it out. Fanning on that shot was Tavon Spencer, but he got a second attempt at it. And now it's dumped into the Kirkland zone. Picked up in the corner by Rooney. Check that. Sam Lascarbo. Now Spencer again with it for Kirkland Lake, getting it out to the neutral zone. Espanola has other plans, dumping it down. Tingay chasing. In behind his own net. Leaving it there for Genovese. He lost the handle, turned over. Into the far side corner. Some good pushing there by the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners, trying to find an escape route here. They've been stuck back there for a good 15 to 20 seconds, and they still can't get it out. Spencer will have another shot at it. Can't lift it high enough. Espinola's just trying to get possession in the zone, though, and it's cleared. And it looks like it's going to have been touched by a player on the bench. So the whistle will blow the play down. 17-16 to go in the first.
This is the first meeting between the two clubs. They will play 5 times this season, and they faced each other twice last year, with the Paper Kings winning both games. Last season, the Paper Kings won 9-1 on October 8th, and then October 21st, Paper Kings won 5-1 against the Gold Miners. So with a freshly revamped Gold Miners team, Paper Kings definitely have to feel out their game plan.
There's a big save off the draw, secondary chance at it, and the save is made by Nickel. Nolan Nickel in his first year here in the NOJHL. That one's passed down to the point. Pethick with a shot, blocked. Looking to clear, they can't. Espinola hard on the forecheck through the first 3:10 of this game. Back in front of the net. Kirkland Lake looking to clear. And the Gold Miners do get it out. Mason Brownlee on the dump out. Chasing it in, Brendan Hammer. Now at the point. There's a chance right in the middle. Shot coming in. That's blocked. It looked like it went right off the top of the knee of Liam Rampersad, and he is slow to get up. Play still in the neutral zone. It's dumped into the Espinola end, and the whistle will blow as Rampersad still on the ice and in some discomfort.
Hard physical battle in the Espinola zone, and Rampersad just can't make it out of the slot area after taking that shot and golden opportunity by the Gold Miners.
Well, the Gold Miners come in 0-3-2 on the year. 10th in the league. Check that, 11th in the league. Excuse me. 12th in the league entering today.
And we had Espinola now at 2-4-1, picking up just their second win yesterday. And if this is your first broadcast or tuning into the NOJHL, the one is not an overtime loss, it is a tie. Because if the games go to 7-minute 3-on-3 overtime with no winner, the game is now called a tie, with each team being awarded one of those points.
So Rampersad helped off the ice, and yes, that's on the other side, though, for the Gold Miners. They do have 2 overtime losses. That's where the 0-3-0-2 come in. Going to be a little bit getting used to for that one.
Reading different stat lines this year.
Espinola dump it out and actually dump it into the bench, so we'll reset. Yeah, so Kirkland Lake, they haven't qualified for the playoffs in the last 2 seasons, winning just a combined 17 games over the past 2 years, so looking to rewrite the ship for the Gold Miners in Kirkland Lake. Face off to the glove side of Jack Helke, the rookie netminder. There's a shot that gets blocked. Helke didn't play in yesterday's game in that 6-5 win over Elliott Lake. Espinola trying to go 2-0 against the Lake teams at the showcase. 15:50 remaining in the period. Puck at the point. It's Hill with it. He takes a shot. Save made. Loose on the doorstep. And then Nickel is able to recover in time.
Kirkland Lake effectively using their physical style of play in order to cut down on Espinola's speed, not giving them much space to actually get any passing plays going, forcing them along the boards and trying to make plays in front of the net instead, which they did have some success with yesterday. So it's going to be a balance, especially on the smaller ice that Espinola is playing on today. Yesterday they were on an Olympic pad, giving them a bit more room.
There's a shot that gets blocked by Nickel, making just his second career start in the NOJHL. Down the point, Thompson. That one's fired in just wide of the net. Picked up by Spencer and cleared down the ice. Racing in towards the net, taking the shot. It hits the crossbar. What an opportunity there for the Gold Miners. It was Graham Rooney on that opportunity. Savage with the puck. Espinola looking to clear. Hard hit thrown in the Espinola zone. That allows Nobes to get it. But Espinola back in control. Another clear. Nobes gets it again. Nobes going down the left wing over the blue line. Still in control here. Now in the corner, fires it across the zone, nobody there for Kirkland Lake. Espinola on the counterattack, in on the rush, the shot just wide. Picked up on the near side, Say sends it wide to the other side. Another shot comes in, whipped back around the boards. Drigo is there, but the arm goes up, and that's going to be a call coming up against Espinola. So with 14:33 remaining in the first period, we have our first power play of the game.
And the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners power play is 6th at 20%, going 6 for 30 with one shorthanded goal against. Their penalty kill is 8th at 77.3. The penalty kill for the Espanola Paper Kings is ranked, what's it ranked at? They have a 62.5% penalty kill percentage, and they have the most times shorthanded in the league this season.
Gray, one of 4 returning players for the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners this year. A big overhaul for head coach and GM Kyle Adams, who signed a 4-year extension with the team back in April. Kirkland, Clayton in the corner at the half boards, down to Gray. Abresh circling, fires it back across to the right side. Walking in, the shot save made, but it trickles away from the goaltender Helke. Picked up behind the net, Gold Miners in control. Abresh down to the point, it's past the stick of Gray, and he'll chase it out. Playing it out quickly is Nickel, but it gets by the stick of Abresh, and the shot is sent down the ice. 1 minute to go in the Kirkland Lake power play. 13:30 remaining in the period. Gotta say, it's nice to actually be able to see the power play clock here.
Yeah, usually when we're looking to the right.
Here comes Galantin on goal, and that one is turned aside. We saw quite a few power play and shorthanded goals yesterday in the action. Now there's a chance for Espinola again, and that one is stopped. This time Nickel keeping the pad down to make sure that Ashton Pitawanakwat couldn't bury the puck there. 20 seconds to go now on the power play. Nobes chasing it in, centering, but Kirkland Lake couldn't get a shot off. That was Brendan Hammer right in front of the net. 5 seconds to go, and Espinola effectively kills the Kirkland Lake man advantage, and now it's Rooney bringing it back in. Dumped into the corner. Tyler Thompson looking to get it out. Flipped up to the neutral zone and controlled again by the Gold Miners. Nice play there. In behind the net. Turned over again. Espinola shot wide. Thompson sends it along the boards, looking for Anderson on the far side. Anderson puts on the brakes. Poke check made by Rooney to get it off his stick. Sent behind the net to Brousseau, and he gets it cleared. Hard hit by Nobes in the neutral zone. Wicklander going the other way for Espinola. Wicklander in front of the defense and could not get it behind the goaltender. Another chance, centering, it's at the point. Thompson overskates it. Now in the corner, Anderson playing behind the net. That's Wicklander in the corner. He gets thrown there by Tanguay. And now Greco holding it there for Kirkland Lake. Tanguay trying to get it out. Brownlee off the boards. McCandless with a hit thrown into the corner. That's going to draw a whistle. And I think McCandless is going to be penalized there. I didn't see an arm go up, though, in that corner. But, yeah, he's being led to the penalty box.
And Kirkland Lake getting nothing going on that power play. Nickel bailing them out a couple of times as Espinola got some shorthanded attempts. Now being up a man, they were fairly successful, I believe going 2 for 4 on the power play yesterday and looking to replicate similar success today, as they'll get the draw in the Kirkland Lake zone.
But they also gave up a shorthanded goal to the Elliott Lake Vikings in that one. Oh, we're getting a second guy going into the box here.
It will still be 5-on-4, though.
So Brownlee is in there, so it must be 5+2 here against McCandles. Espinola trying to get the puck out of that corner. Couple of guys open, up high in the zone. But Kirkland Lake doing a good job just freezing the puck here, trying to kill as much time as they can on the penalty kill. And now the official will blow the play down. So it looked like it was stuck under one of the Espanola players in that area. 10:45 to go, still looking for our first goal of the game, with 1:34 remaining on the Espanola power play. Back into that corner, but Espanola get it out, and another penalty coming up here against the Gold Miners. The puck got touched, but the whistle didn't go. Another shot, that gets blocked. And that player down in front of the net is Matthew Robideau. Marincola now at the point. Robideau back on his feet. And the Gold Miners decided this time not to touch it, and the whistle goes anyway.
Espanola getting many chances there with the extra man, and now will find themselves in 5-on-3 territory, it appears, for, well, 1:11 remaining on the current penalty.
Oh, hang on a second. Now they've got...
And a 5 being handed out to Tyler Genovese.
And I missed what that call would have been. Just trying to get it sorted out. I mean, the officiating staff having a chat with the head coach of the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners, Kyle Adams. Did Genovese get sent to the locker room, or? Yeah, he must have been. Because going into the box is Kai Clayton, but his number is not on the board, so apologize, folks. We not sure what that call was, but I did see the locker room door open up, so it is a 5-on-3 for a minute and a bit. And then it will go back to being a 5-on-4 for about 4 minutes.
The call was head contact.
So here comes Espanola into the zone. Pethick must have happened away from the play. I did not see what happened there, so apologize for that, folks, but here comes Booth down the right side. Into the zone. Booth still carrying it. Booth, who had a goal in yesterday's game and was an offensive threat the entire 60 minutes for Espanola yesterday. Across to Pethick. His shot goes wide of the net. The ricochet comes up to the blue line, kept in the zone by Wicklander. 10 seconds on the first penalty of the game. That one shot, that's deflected off the foot of Colin Tingay. But here comes Espanola again. Pethick with a shot. Tingay another stop, but the ricochet goes to the side, and the puck gets buried. And it's a 1-0 Espanola lead.
Espanola moving the puck around effectively, firing shots, corralling the puck after the rebound, getting as many on net as they can. Now the question is whether the goal was scored in the final seconds of the initial penalty, or whether that had just died out and will just be the 5-minute.
Well, I mean, either way, because it's a major, it's over anyway, and you still have to kill off 3:45 with 9 minutes to go, right? So all that will affect is the statistics of
Yeah,
whether
I
it was on the
suppose so.
first one or the second one, right?
I'm a numbers guy, Matt.
Yeah, I get that for sure. So it's 5-on-4 as Espanola get another shot in, and that one stopped. Guthrie gets the goal. He was standing right on the spot for that rebound to come off of Nickel, and Guthrie buried that one for a 1-0 Espanola lead. That one sent down the ice.
Feels like the first clear in a long time for the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners.
Espanola looking to bring it back over. Kirkland Lake disrupts their path into the zone. Hill in the neutral zone across to the far side. Back to Hill looking down the right wing. He'll fire it to the left side corner. Picking that one up was Brousseau, and he's able to clear for Kirkland Lake. 8:15 to go in the first period. 2:50 remaining in the Espanola power play. And that's Guthrie's 8th goal of the season. Another chance on net. That one's deflected and sent high off the glass. Anderson looking for it in the corner. Corbett trying to break up the play but couldn't clear. At the line, it's Hill walking in, firing, deflected high. Played off the glass and picked up on the far side by Marin. Check that by Hill. Now Marincola circling, fires it back across the far side. Hill switches spots. It's Marincola in front of the, or at the left side. His shot gets blocked. Now Hill again, walking in, stopped. Kirkland Lake picks it up, and racing out of the zone is Graham Rooney down the left wing side. Rooney spinning, gets taken out of the play and knocked off the puck with 1:45 to go in the Espanola power play. 1-0 lead for the Paper Kings as Anderson brings it in, drops it back to Booth. Booth walking in, makes a move, takes a shot, and it's off the crossbar, loose in the crease, and the net is knocked off, and the whistle goes. But man, oh man, Booth was that close to giving Espanola a 2-0 lead.
Shot hits off the crossbar, off the back of Nickel, and then spins in the corner right along the goal line and gets just knocked away behind the net. Then as the puck is cleared, the net was knocked off. So the draw will be to Nickel's blocker side with 1:32 remaining in the Espanola power play.
I'm surprised that one didn't have some backspin on it and roll over the line.
Got away with one there.
They
for sure.
certainly did. The Gold Miners still trying to hold it on the far side boards. Diving play just to get it out of the zone. And you know the head coach is going to appreciate that one. Wicklander now trying to find Guthrie, who actually scored his 9th goal of the year with that first and only marker of this game. 6:25 to play. Menard gets the entry down the left wing. Menard sends it back out in front, and the save is made by Nickel. Another chance coming in, and he blocks it again in behind the net. Booth looking for it. The Paper Kings play it to the point. It's Pethick with it. Pethick across the middle, takes a shot. It's cleared into the corner as Guthrie finds it. Now Booth has it behind the net again. Booth takes a hit, but maintains possession of the puck. Sends it to the left side. That's Wicklander there. Wicklander gets around a defender, plays it down low, back in front. That's stopped. Now Menard at the near side. He can't get the shot off, but the puck is not cleared as it went to the line. Pethick kept it in. Wicklander gets hit hard as he got the shot off, and then a second attempt in the slot is stopped. Guthrie right there again. There's a hit thrown on the far side boards. Holding the puck in that area is Josh Hall of the Gold Miners, but he lost it. Booth trying to cut to the net. That one is stopped. Backhand is sent down the ice. 2 seconds to go, and the Gold Miners are back to even strength and down by just a goal.
Aside from that very scary chance, the Gold Miners looked really good on that 5-on-4 kill.
And they spent a lot of time in their zone. Now Abresh coming down the left side, passes across, now to the trailer, and Corbett couldn't get the shot off. Check that, Sackett couldn't get the shot off. It's now behind the net. That is Sackett again with it. Sackett skating out in front, the shot save, rebound chance. A couple of guys scrambling in the area. And Helke makes the stop, and how about that response from the Gold Miners?
The Gold Miners coming in with speed. Abresh sets up a really nice passing play that just can't find the trailer. A couple of knife saves, and this game stays at 1, and we'll be with you after our mid-period break with 4:47 remaining in this period.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
So welcome back. I'm Matthew Sucrum alongside Harrison Clements, and man, that was almost 6.5 minutes of time, power play time for the Espanola Paper Kings. And again, they are a team that can find the back of the net, but only able to do it just that once in that extended power play opportunity.
Considering how much time Kirkland Lake spent on the penalty kill and their stats so far this season, I say they handled the 5-on-4 quite well, and even the 5-on-3, Nickel bailing them out a few times there, looking really steady in his net despite the one getting past him. And Espanola's game plan on the power play is just volume of shots. Doesn't matter if it's good, bad, they just want to get pucks on net, and it's really effective for them. So I think Kirkland Lake handled that very well.
Face-off won by the Gold Miners. Sent in to the net. It's deflected and ends up behind the net. Knobs with the throwing the hit. At the point, shot comes in from Gerard, but that's blocked in front. Didn't get all the way through. Now it does get all the way through and all the way down to Nickel, who covers it up for the stoppage in play. Nickel again in his second game played in the NOJHL. He got the start against Elliott Lake just last weekend. That was an overtime loss. He gave up 5 goals in that game.
And he's looked steady in his net tonight. The shots read 11-4 in favor of Espanola, and it really feels like they got more on net, and he was there to stop it most of the time. Got lucky with the one off the post there, and just sprawling play in the 5-on-3. There's not much more you can do there.
Hard hit, hammer goes down, gets back up into the play. Clayton gets the puck at center ice. Now Spencer trying to send it to Hammer. It's off the boards, and it goes right towards the goaltender Helke, who holds onto it for a stoppage and play. Helke also in his first year here in the NOJHL, but this is his 4th game that he's getting to play. He's 1-1-0 in the 3 games he's played previously. There's got to be a tie in there. Yeah, he was also in that game where Espanola tied Blind River 6-6. So some fresh faces in between the pipes for both these teams. Down the right wing side, driving towards the net, now going wide, bringing it back down the middle, the shot, and that's another stop by Nickel. That was Sam Lescarbo on that rush.
Decides to take a skate, gets a really good angle, and Nickel is able to glove that one down easily. Kirkland Lake trying not to play too much off the back foot. After the penalty kill, they've been breaking out of the zone fairly effectively, getting a couple of quick chances, but no sustained zone pressure. They got to try and maintain that zone pressure if they want anything to happen, because Espanola is really good at getting the active stick on the puck and making those shooting lanes from far really difficult.
And I liked Lescarbo's game yesterday. Still looking for his first goal of the season and his first career NOJHL goal. He's got 2 assists to this point, but he had a couple opportunities yesterday, and he had another nice rush right there. As play resumes, Espanola almost turned it over in their own zone. Then a hit was thrown, and the puck escapes into the neutral zone with 3:25 to play in this first period. Espanola holding the 1-0 lead. Dumped into the Kirkland Lake zone, sent around. Brownlee whips it off the boards, but it's blocked inside the zone. Now to the far side, that's Matthew Robideau. Couple players battling for it in the corner. Anderson moving it out, centering. Another chance, and it goes just wide. Murphy with the shot, but he could not connect. Wicklander with it behind the net. Wicklander still trying to get it, but the active sticks of the Gold Miners disrupt him, but there's a play now down the ice with the Gold Miners in control. Brownlee lost it, and it's sent out into the neutral zone. Gerard from his own end dumps it to the far side corner. Looking to pick that one up was Rampersad, so good to see him back out on the ice after that shot he blocked earlier in the period. Booth couldn't catch the puck. Nichols sends it away. Gallant in control. Down to the point, Rampersad takes a shot. That's blocked by Sackett in front. Hit thrown on the end boards, and Booth finds the puck. Booth trying to skate to the middle, knocked off his stick, but Hill holds it. Shot in, that's blocked in the middle, and the Gold Miners have some numbers going the other way. It's sent to Nobes, but is off his stick and into the the Espanola bench with 1:50 to play in the first period.
Kirkland Lake not being hemmed in their zone too much. Just a little bit slow on the breakout passes, and Espanola giving the opportunity to stay on top of the puck and stay on top of those passes, cutting off any real high-quality chance that the Gold Miners have had to enter the zone.
Yeah, and even when they had what could have looked like a 3-on-2 going the other way, they just had a little bit of problems getting started. Hill out of the zone. Poke check made. Spencer finds it, but Spencer lost it as Say picks it up for Espanola. Spencer gets it again, and it's just off his stick as Drigo picks it up. Luke Hill fires it down. No icing there as the Espanola Paper Kings beat out that play. Hill on the board, sends it to the net. Picked up by Brousseau. Now in the middle, loose puck. And that looked like it was going to be an opportunity for Pitawanakwat. Nickel will freeze it with 52 seconds remaining.
Shots 15-4 in favor of Espanola, and just appears that Kirkland Lake can't get that many shots through the defensive structure of the Paper Kings. And while they've maintained some fairly good defensive posture in their own end, they just haven't been able to get anything going.
Off the draw, Thompson from the point. It's off a stick and out of play. 48.3 seconds remaining in the first period. Espanola still with a 1-0 lead. And once again, 15 shots on net. I mean, they did this yesterday against the Elliott Lake Vikings, didn't they?
Yep, just volume of shots in the second period. They had 19 shots where they scored 6 goals. It's an effective strategy for the Paper Kings.
Espanola looking to clear. Robideau. And the stick is slashed out of the hands of Clayton. The arm goes up, and that will be called. Bit of an undisciplined play by the Espanola Paper Kings. And I was going to bring this up earlier. The Kirkland Lake Gold Miners ranking 11th in time shorthanded. So that was an interesting dynamic, picking up all those penalties early on in the game. Like, they have been a very disciplined team. And now, actually, it's offsetting. It looks like we've got guys in the box here. But the Gold Miners are on the power play, so we'll have to wait for the PA announcer to hear what transpired there. But the Gold Miners with an opportunity to tie things late in the period. 10 seconds to go as it's off the side of the net. Now Gray at the point. His shot gets through. Loose on the doorstep, but turned aside. 2 seconds to go. And there's a hard hit on the boards as time expires. Booth went down. He gets up. He is okay, so that's the good thing to see. But the gold miners may be getting penalized even further after this one.
Not what you want to end the period with. You finally get an opportunity to go on the man advantage, and just like that, 28 seconds in, taken away. So we'll have to see what the call is, but overall, a rough and tumble first period from both teams. Kirkland Lake skating away with only one goal against, Espanola up 1-0, 15 shots to 4 in favor of the Paper Kings, and we'll have to see what the calls are, but yeah, Paper Kings looking good, just sticking to their game plan, doing exactly what they need to do, hard along the boards, just an absurd amount of shots on net, and I don't see any signs of that letting up, Matt.
Absolutely. All right, we'll take a break. And when we return, the second period action right here from Countryside Arena, you're watching the 2024 NOJHL Showcase on Flow Hockey and listening to it on the Frontline broadcast on YouTube. Stay tuned.
Why is Northern Honda servicing more cars of all makes and models? Let's count the ways. 1. Our state-of-the-art facility has award-winning technicians. 2. Northern Honda has the lowest tire price guarantee, no matter what you drive. 3. The lowest synthetic oil change guarantee, and every 5th oil change is free for all makes and models. Plus, new Honda buyers get brake pads for life. See the service difference at Northern Honda, 1250 Seymour beside Home Depot.
The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalieresiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency. Welcome to the Clubhouse by Gateway Golf. Located on Oak Street East in North Bay, with over 200 plus real-time courses, simulator arcade games, and delicious eats, the Clubhouse is North Bay's newest social hangout. You can book times now at gatewaygolf.ca or come visit at 245 Oak Street East in North Bay, Ontario. The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being in that minder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalie-resiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency.
And we welcome you back to Countryside Arena on Ice 2 today. As the, I almost said the Nipissing Lakers, as the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners get set to take on the Espanola Paper Kings for second period action. Harrison, let's recap what went down in the first period.
Well, we had one goal off of a initial 2-minute penalty taken by the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners, and then quickly followed up by a 5-minute major due to head contact, and it was Tyler Genovese who has left the game being charged with that penalty. Paper Kings scored on the 2-minute penalty, but the Gold Miners were able to successfully hold off the 5-on-4 for 5 minutes, and the shots on goal ended up being 15-4 in favor of the Paper Kings at the end of that one. With 28 seconds remaining in the 28 seconds remaining at the end of the first period, there was a slashing call given to Gabriel Grabanopoulos, and now there is a 2-minute penalty being handed out to, it is
Tyler Corbett,
I believe, for the Gold Miners. Right? So now it's going to be 4-on-4, and then if nothing happens, then Espanola is going to have a brief power play.
I think. Or is that?
Sorry, that's Nobes for the Gold Miners with the penalty.
Okay. All right, I think we got it sorted out. That was all right. So, 4-on-4 for a minute now. Puck in the corner in the Kirkland Lake zone. It's up to the point. Rampersad fires it back in. Again, good to see him on the ice. He was in quite some discomfort after taking a shot off the knee area, it looked like, early on in the first period. Booth turns back. Still with control. Booth now trying to cut to the net, trying to do it all himself. And at the last second, the Gold Miners push him away from that area. But here they come again. 2-on-0, Guthrie to Booth, back to Guthrie. He scores. It's his second of the game and 10th of the year for Guthrie.
And Kirkland Lake just having difficulty clearing the zone once again. Tripped up at the blue line, leaves two Espanola Paper Kings just all alone in front of the net. Booth and Guthrie, nice passing play. Nickel had to go back and forth, and there's nothing he could really do there, being outpassed. Puck slides 5-hole, and it's now quickly a 2-0 game.
Remember yesterday, Espanola did all their scoring in the second period. 6 goals in that middle frame, and then they were shut out on the bookends of that. So now it continues to be 4-on-4 for another 20 seconds, and then Espanola will have the power play. And here they come again. Shot in on net, but Nickel makes the stop.
Nickel's been looking sharp overall, been put in disadvantageous positions, facing 18 shots already. Being put in an unfortunate situation there with the 2-on-0, covered well, but Espanola had everything locked down there. Draw continuing in the Kirkland Lake zone.
I didn't feel like Kirkland Lake did that too much in the first period. They didn't get great zone exits a lot of the time, but they weren't giving up possession like that.
No.
Wicklander tried to play to the middle. It's broken up by the Gold Miners. Anderson gets it back, and out of the box are the Paper Kings, and now they have the 5-on-4 for another 10 seconds. Hill came out off the bench and took the place of Grabanopoulos. Hard hit there. And now we're back to 5-on-5. Missed the stick of Clayton. The goaltender, Helke, will move it. Wicklander down the left wing. Poke check made, but Wicklander gets it back. Trying to use the body to block him was Greco. Sent back to the near side, chasing that one. Tyler Thompson trying to find Wicklander. Back to Thompson on the boards. Kirkland Lake trying to get some clearance here. Behind the net, that's Robideau. Robideau still holding it. Now he gets it over to Greco. Turned over again, but this time there were Gold Miners in the area and able to clear it. And now it's a 3-on-2 for Kirkland Lake across the left side. Shot comes in, save made by Helke. I don't think that forward line even realized all three of them were up there.
Yeah, it took a while for them to make a pass, realize where each other were, and at that point the angle was just too sharp, and it's an easy save when you have that much interference in front of you. An easy look. Shots 18-6 now in favor of Espanola. The official ruling on the penalty at the end of the first period there against Nobes was a minor and a game misconduct for checking from behind.
So they're down 2 players now, with Genovese already gone and Nobes sent to the locker room as well at the line, trying to get it, and they send it in. And that's not the way that Kyle Adams would have wanted this game to go. Here's Corbett trying to slide it across, but he gets blocked. Nice play on the back check by Rampersad. Looking to get that one out. Rampersad fans on it. McCandless. Down the right side, Corbett. Brownlee now to the middle. He fans on the shot. Trying to get it back. But it's picked up by Marincola through the neutral zone. Down the right side, cutting towards the net. Backhanded shot, missed the net. Out to the neutral zone and behind the Espanola blue line. Hill with control. Gets it to Rampersad, but it was picked off by McCandless. But then he couldn't move the puck forward as the Paper Kings had a guy already in the zone. And he had to avoid the offside call. That's Westbury on the far side for Espanola, putting it into the corner. Picked up by Menard, trying to wrap around, and he gets stopped on the near side post. Nickel doing a good job to hold his position. 15:20 to go in the second period. It's a 2-0 Espanola lead. Cameron Guthrie with both goals today. Guthrie leads the team in that category. There's a shot that gets stopped. Bruce Gray with that one. Now Espanola on the counterattack, and they can't complete the pass. Sliding that one across the slot. Bunch of bodies converging on the boards. Kirkland Lake gets it out of the area. Lemurs up to Gray. Shot in, and Helke freezes it. 14:32 to go. 2-0 Espanola lead in the second.
Kirkland Lake finally starting to clear the zone with a bit more consistency. Ray looking to shoot, hoping for a rebound towards the slot, but Helke is just able to control it really well. He's faced 7 shots today, and all of them looked comfortably saved.
Helke, through his first 3 games, have given up at least 5 goals in each of those games. We talk about the firepower of the Espanola Paper Kings, right? It's if you're going to give up a lot, you got to be able to score a lot. And with a 2-4, 1-0 record, that is starting to hold true for them. Here's a shot, in and off the glove. And then it redirected over the stick side shoulder, but again, the Gold Miners with a little bit of puck luck on their side to only be down by 2 after a play like that. Rooney through the neutral zone. Dumped in, off the boards. Picked up, into the middle, backhanded chance. And Helke with the stop again.
Probably the best pure chance that the Gold Miners have had in a minute here. Actually getting into the zone, setting up, looking for a redirect. Don't quite get it, but it's a solid play nonetheless. They will get the offensive zone draw, hoping to make something off of that. I'll have a brief line change before the draw. Shots up to 21.
Kirkland Lake, 10-41, 5-2 last year with 27 points. They finished 5th in the East, did not make the playoffs. And a minus 233 goal differential, was 63 goals worse than the next closest competitor. So that, when you go into the offseason, you look, okay, what are the areas we can improve? That is the number that's glaring at you. And again, Kyle Adams deciding to really have, teams talk about overhauling their roster. He only brought four guys back. So that I think is the definition of an overhaul.
Absolutely, especially in a league like this where you rely on carryover. It's only having that many guys, you know that you're in for essentially a full retool.
A lot of young guys, a lot of guys that are new to the league as well. He's picked up a couple of players from some other teams throughout the league.
Looks like the puck was iced. Will be brought back into the Espanola zone.
Still waiting for the puck drop, and there we go. In behind the net, Ryan Greco trying to center it. Now Spencer at the line. Spencer's shot goes high. I don't know if it was deflected or if he just aimed it there. And now out to the neutral zone. Wicklander lost it, gets it back. Falling down on top of him was Brousseau, and the Gold Miners will be able to clear. Greco in on a 2-on-1. Greco down the right side. The shot blocker save made by the goaltender Helke. And Murphy will clear it. This will go the length of the ice. And icing is waved off. Wicklander on the hustle, able to beat that one out. Paper Kings trying to reward him now with some time in the offensive zone. Still on the half boards. Anderson getting tied up with Brownlee. Makasoff sends it back in. And Brousseau will bring it out, sends it wide of the net. Brousseau gets it back again, this time at the point, shot in, off a stick, over the glass and out of play. And now some rough stuff happening after the whistle, and Hammer has dropped his gloves. He's trying to get a hold of the mask of Carter Makasoff. The official's trying to jump in right away. And again, the Gold Miners, who are already down by 2 men in this game.
More than
really, sorry, I was going to say, really can't afford to lose any more personnel.
Yeah, more than likely losing a third as he's sent off the ice to the locker room. It's unlikely he'll be back. So Gold Miners now down three players. Some long shifts incoming for them. And just a note on this is that coming into this game, the storyline we'd kind of set up a little bit is that Espanola had been the ones taking a lot of penalties, going down a lot, and so far they've been really disciplined in this game. Just sticking to getting shots on net, playing physically fast, but overall, very disciplined.
Yeah, and I thought that Kirkland Lake was having a really good second period there. They were getting some sustained time in the offensive zone, but now they're again possibly down by 3 guys. That's a full line. That's you know what I mean? That's going to be tough for them to overcome. Tyler Genovese no longer in the game. He was sent out back at the 9:37 mark of the first period.
And then Nobes at the very end of the first. Officials just taking some time to make sure everything's clear on what the ruling's going to be in terms of penalty minutes.
And the other interesting thing is, again, all 3 are forwards. All 3 guys were on different lines, though. You have left winger Trent Nose, who was second line left winger. You have Tyler Genovese, who was the third line center, and then Brendan Hammers, who was the fourth line right wing. So for Kyle Adams, I mean, you basically have to create an entirely new line and just play with 3 lines the rest of the way.
Well, the ruling is Hammer is 7 minutes up on the board. So Espanola, with ample opportunity to just run away with the lead here, already up 2 with 21 shots on the board. They have everything they need to basically seal the deal in the second period if they wanted to. And we saw that they could do that yesterday when given the opportunity, putting up 6 in the second period along with 19 shots. And that was, well, if you look at the numbers, with a similar amount of power play time.
And again, if it's a fight here in the NOJHL, both players are supposed to be given a major penalty plus a game misconduct, and then both are ejected from the game. But I don't know if they are going to be giving Carter Makasoff the same kind of punishment or not.
Well, he kept his gloves on.
He kept his gloves on.
Did not appear to retaliate at all.
But they're saying we're looking at the bench and we're not seeing Makasoff. So, I mean, he did tie up.
He is on the bench.
Oh, he is on the bench. Okay.
Yeah.
So he was gone initially, but now he's back. And at the very least, he will likely be spending some time in the penalty box.
As he goes.
So again, 7 minutes are on the board. Assessed to Hammer, who did drop the gloves. And that's always the kind of funny thing about dropping the gloves in this league is the guys are all wearing full face masks. So,
So like,
but it's probably just an instinctive reaction, and then you realize, oh, wait a second.
Yep. Fighting immediately means that you're gone in this league.
That's it. So there are 2 guys in the box for the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners, and it's a 7-minute power play for Espanola, who already lead 2-0. They defeated Elliott Lake 6-5 yesterday. Second win of the season. And now with 7 minutes on the power play, they're looking to see if they can really open things up against Kirkland Lake here in the second period as that shot gets blocked by Nickel. At the near side, behind the net, another penalty being called here. It's going to be roughing. And it's going to be Tingay having a seat.
So at least 2 minutes of 5-on-3.
Yeah, and then I believe Tingay's power play will come off first. Yes. And then the major will continue.
It was 6:23 remaining on that.
What a crazy second period this has been. Wicklander, Pethick, into the circle. Nice poke check, but they can't clear. Pethick again, working to the left side now. The captain circles back. Pethick across to Wicklander. Wicklander turning back. Back to Pethick. In the middle, Pethick with a goal and 10 assists on the season so far. Sends it to the right side. Now back to Pethick again in the middle. His shot gets blocked off the skate of Rooney. And that one will get cleared and trickle out. Doesn't go very far. The goal miners probably won't get a change in. Actually, they get one guy off the ice, but it's 4-on-2 into the zone. There's a chance on net and another one back out in front, but cleared away. Pethick back into the action after he took a spill. Trying to pass that one up. It's at the blue line to the right side. Walking in, the shot, it's up high, and it's cleared from the net. Booth now in the slot, save made. Scramble on the doorstep, cleared out. Wicklander on the far side. Wicklander to Pethick. Big slap shot that got through, but Nickel makes another save. 40 seconds to go in the minor penalty. Shot around to the far side. Paper King still pressing here. And there's another penalty coming. Unless, yeah. And this one's actually going to Pethick.
So 16 seconds remaining on.
No, Wicklander, excuse me.
So 16 seconds remaining on the minor to Tingay. So he'll be out shortly. 4:39 remaining on the major. And now 2 minutes on the board against Espanola to Wicklander.
So it will then be 4-on-4 for a minute 44, I guess.
Time math is hard.
And then it'll go back to a 5-on-4 for Espanola. Hill racing down the right side. Now Rampersad has it. Walking in across the right side. Back in front. Out of the box is Tingay joining his teammates. So it's actually at even strength right now. 4-on-4 for the next minute 30. Espanola down the right side. Murphy's shot goes wide. Into the corner. Robideau. To the right side. Clayton making a nice move. Clayton down the right wing. Into the zone. Clayton pulls it to the middle. A shot save made. Another chance at it. And Helke diving on top of it makes the stop. But Kai Clayton with a big opportunity. We've reached the mid-period break, I think. I didn't think we were supposed to take them when there's penalties being, but they're going to the benches, so we will take it. Might as well. It is 2-0 for Espanola over the Gold Miners.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
Welcome to the...
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
Welcome back to 2-0 Espanola over Kirkland Lake, and it has been a wild second period, Harrison.
Yep, it appears to be the trend here at the showcase. Espanola and crazy second periods.
That's right.
As we saw them put up 6 goals and 19 shots yesterday, and now they have 1 goal in the second period, 23 shots on net, and we have a brief period of 4-on-4. We were working our way through a 7-minute major penalty handed out
To Brandon Hammer.
to Hammer.
That was, so he got 2 for roughing, and then a match penalty, which is a 5-minute power play for attempt to injure or deliberate injury, which is basically a fancy word for a fancy way of saying fighting.
Yeah,
So
it's a blanket term used for a couple of calls in this
that's
league.
it. So 4-on-4 for another 40 seconds here. Gallant sends it in. Behind the net, bad turnover there, but the Paper Kings can't do anything with it. Jumping back into the play, Abrish leaves it in the corner, now behind the net, controlled there by Gerard. Sent back down the right side, and racing in is Colin Tingay. Tingay makes the move, going around behind the net, and is now held back there. 10 seconds left in the penalty to Wicklander, and then it will go back to a 5-on-4 for 2:40. Wicklander out of the box.
On 3, and the
Rampersad gets around Corbett, goes down the middle. Nice poke check there, but the stick comes out of the hands of Rampersad. He gets one back quickly, and he's still out there in the play. Into the corner. Turning around was Lescarbo, sends it to the point, shot, save made. Rebound chance is just wide of the net. Nickel might have actually got his stick on the puck to keep that one out. 1:28 to go. Anderson to the right side. Rampersad to the circle. Back across to the left side. Anderson's shot is stopped. Rebound from the near side is blocked as well. Brown, check that. The shot comes in. They score. Nathan Marincola from just inside the blue line.
and
The
that
power play marker makes it 3-0.
and that puck slides along the ice the entire way. And Espanola still with 1:09 to get something else done.
Okay, I was wrong. So I guess the 5-minute major is the first
I
of the
see.
7.
Okay.
And then the last 2 is the minor penalty. So that will effectively end that power play.
6:20 still remaining in this period, and Espanola now up by 3. Just a mad sequence of offensive pressure there from the Paper Kings, up close, from afar, and just through traffic. It's hard to see something. You're expecting a bit of lift with a shot, and it just slides right past.
So that's the second power play goal of the game for Espanola. And now the goal miners trying to answer back. Backhanded shot is stopped. Helke with his 14th of the game. Spencer will have to play it. There's a hard hit thrown in the corner. Espanola with the puck. Robinopoulos, his shot is blocked. Liam Rampersad with his first of the season on that last goal. His 5th point of the year for the second year, check that, third-year defender who spent time with Hearst in 2022 and had a 20-point season last year with the Paper Kings. Thompson looking to flip it out, and he will. Gets it up to Sackett. Thompson sends that back the other way. That's Gerard dumping it down. Sackett to the left side, back across to the right side, and Clayton could not bury that one. Another chance in front, and Sackett's shot gets blocked. Abrish down to the point. That one comes in just high. Rushing over to that one, trying to get it, is Robideau into the corner. Now Sackett trying to find Clayton in front. Now Robideau keeps it in, gets the shot in, and Helke will put the glove over that one to freeze the momentum of the Gold Miners.
That's the best sequence that the Gold Miners have had all game. A wide open cage and just off the outside of the net with the quick release. Hey, Kirkland Lake got away with one earlier, and I'd say that was Espinola's in return.
And they have to push now, right? There's no other choice. They have to push. Down by 3 with 4:30 to go in the second period. Robideau, Gerard shot. Just wide. Robideau keeps it in at the blue line. Turnover again. In front of the net. They couldn't get the shot off as Rampersad dives across, sacrificing the body to help out his netminder there, but the puck stays alive in the zone. Kirkland Lake buzzing in the area now. Couple of hard hits on the boards. Robideau trying to find it. Robideau can't get it. Now it's out to Marincola. Marincola down the ice. Marincola gets stopped. Rebound chance is denied as well. Big time saves there from Nickel on that breakaway from Marincola. Puck picked up, shot from the circle, that's blocked. Gerard in control, looking to get it over to Josh Hall. Not able to clear, Rampersad pokes that one away. Up to the blue line. Rooney finds it in the neutral zone, a little miscommunication. And the Gold Miners, yeah, that's got to be a tired line now. They're just needing some fresh legs on the ice, but maybe throwing away what might have been an offensive opportunity. And again, when your bench is in the offensive zone, I think you got to go for that. Corbett lost the puck. Menard coming in. Down the left side and into the corner. Everybody trying to dig it out of that area with 2:20 to go in the second period. 3-0 Espanola lead. Now to the point, Hill. To the left side, Makasov takes the shot. And that one is cleared out, and it will be icing against Kirkland Lake.
Kirkland Lake had a couple of good opportunities in the offensive zone, forcing turnovers, a couple of good shots, an outstanding save by Rampersad in the zone there, and then Espanola with a breakaway from Marincola, stopped nicely by Nickel along with the rebound, and Espanola just kept up the pressure ever since that zone entry. 2:05 to make something happen in the second.
And Kirkland Lake scored twice against French River in the third period of yesterday's game. They were down 3-0 going into that third period. So in a very similar situation that they're facing now. Brousseau lets it go for Bruce. Back in the corner. Bruce has it. Abresh, who led the team with 47 points last season, trying to feed it to the middle. And now it's a foot race to it. Anderson in control. Anderson drops it back. The shot from Wicklander is stopped. And then Nickel catches the rebounding puck out of the air with 1:08 to go.
That was a really nice passing play there. Great patience on the pass as well to get it to the attacking Paper King. And Nickel follows the puck really well, positions himself correctly, and stops another high danger chance from the Paper Kings, really keeping this game close for the Gold Miners.
Coming up a little later, right here on Ice 2, on the Frontline broadcast as well as Flow Hockey, French River takes on the Sioux Eagles at 1:40. Iroquois Falls takes on Elliott Lake at 4:15. And then the finale of the weekend, Powassan and Sudbury. There's a chance for Abrish, and he buries it.
Kirkland Lake brings it back with a nice rush down the other end. Get another shot at the open cage, and this time they bury it. A much-needed goal for them to bring it within 2 with 53.5 left in the second period. And Espinola's got to be wondering how they let a defensive breakdown like that slip by.
Indy Abrish with his first goal of the season, his 20th of his NOJHL career.
One of the few returning players for the Gold Miners making his presence known.
Again, he was the team's leading scorer with 47 points in 55 games last season. And he's got his team to within 2 in the final 30 seconds in the second period. There's another turnover right down the middle. The shot just missed on the glove side, and now another return. And the puck touches the netting on the far side. That was Ryan Greco on that rush for Kirkland Lake.
And a careless pass by Espinola. Greco keeping up with the play, forcing another turnover in the Espinola zone. Another high-quality chance for the Gold Miners, and then off of that initial chance, a secondary shot on the net just stopped by Helke.
Ryan Greco was looking for his first point of the year. He's had a pretty good game, though. He's had some time with the puck in the offensive zone in both the first and the second period. Almost got rewarded for it there. That puck cleared out quickly. Chasing it down. Gray. Greco again with the puck. Ryan Greco gets it poked off his stick. Hill sends it out. That'll do it. Second period in the books. It's 3-1 Espinola over Kirkland Lake. They had a 3-0 lead, but Kirkland answering back right near the end. And we've still got a game on our hands despite the craziness that has happened in this second period.
Yeah, this could have got way out of hand for the Gold Miners, but they stayed solid. Nichols looked very, very good. His positioning's been great, stopping a couple of breakaway attempts. And on the penalty kill, just staying in position, not letting those difficult shots in. A sneaky one along the ice gets past him. And then towards the end, Kirkland Lake's been bolstered. They get one back by a veteran player, keeping it within 2, mitigating the shots as best as they can, and forcing way more turnovers, trying to keep them in this.
They have had to kill off 2 5-minute majors already in this game, and they're still down by just 2 goals. So we will see what happens in the third period when we return. I'm Matthew Sukram. He's Harrison Clements. You're watching the 2024 NOJHL Showcase on Flow Hockey and listening to it on the Frontline Broadcast YouTube channel. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Stay tuned.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalie-resiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency.
Why is Northern Honda servicing more cars of all makes and models? Let's count the ways. 1. Our state-of-the-art facility has award-winning technicians. 2. Northern Honda has the lowest tire price guarantee, no matter what you drive. 3. The lowest synthetic oil change guarantee, and every 5th oil change is free for all makes and models. Plus, new Honda buyers get brake pads for life. See the service difference at Northern Honda, 1250 Seymour beside Home Depot.
The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalieresiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency.
Welcome back. I'm Matthew Sukram alongside Harrison Clements. We are getting set for period number 3 in game number 1 of day number 2 of the NOJHL Showcase of 2024 live in Sudbury at the Countryside Arena. The Espanola Paper Kings have a 3-1 lead over the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners. They were up by 3, but Kirkland Lake struck back near the end of the second period.
Yeah, we currently have 3 gold miners not in the game due to various penalties. Tyler Genovese is out due to head contact. We have a number of others. Trent Nobes was out for a check from behind. And then we have Brendan Hammer for attempt to injure or deliberate injury, which led to a 7-minute string of penalties against Kirkland Lake. And then to offset that slightly was a penalty taken by a Paper King. It was
Caden Wicklander at the end there.
Wicklander at the end. There's a lot to keep track of.
That's
but
right.
At the very end, Abresh gets a goal, making this now a 2-goal game, 3-1 in favor of the Paper Kings. Shots 30-17.
And we'll see how it ends. Abresh coming in. Gold Miners looking for their first win of the season. Espanola looking to make it 2 in a row. In the corner, Clayton looking to center it, and there was a couple of players in the area, but couldn't get to them. And now as the whistle goes, it looks like we will have our first power play of the third period. And it is coming back on the Gold Miners, I believe. It looked like it was tripping was going to be the call, but none of the Gold Miners players are going to the penalty box.
Yeah. There is 2 minutes on the board.
Oh, it's against Espanola. It's Wicklander in the box. I thought the trip was from what happened behind the net. So the Gold Miners with a power play opportunity here right off the bat in the third period.
And they start to get momentum back in the third. They get that goal in the second. They get that goal, and then they had continual turnovers after that they were forcing.
Abrish wins it over to Gray. Gray gets it back. Feeds it to the circle. Clayton, his shot gets blocked by Rampersad. Clayton gets the puck back. Booth tries to get it off of him. Scramble on the corner. Rooney to the point. The shot coming in. That is rifled high. Now Gray into the left side circle. There's a shot from the point. And now from the top of the slot, it gets blocked as well. Gray leaping, keeping it in play. Gray with the shot, and it's gloved by Helke.
The shot broke the stick of an Espanola player on the way through. Slight redirection, but Helke was able to see that through. Gray doing some acrobatics in order to hold it in at the blue line, setting up a few really good opportunities. This is some really good pressure from Kirkland Lake, trying to build off their previous momentum.
Bruce Gray, one of the returners to this Kirkland Lake team. He had 26 points in 57 games last year on the blue line. He's got 1 point through 5 games this season, but man, did he really control that play on the left side at the line to keep Kirkland Lake in the zone. And now they've got another opportunity after winning that draw, but it's turned over at the line. It's a foot race to it. Robideau trying to outrace the Paper Kings to the puck, and there's a hard collision as Graydon Guthrie goes into the boards, and he's still down behind the play. Sackett going in, drops it to the right side, shot comes in, the save is made, and as the Gold Miners touch the, as the Paper Kings touch the puck, that will blow the whistle, and that will allow the trainer to come out to check on Guthrie. And that's the second Gold Miners player, Paper Kings player that has been down.
Yep, it was a nice play, forced at the blue line by Guthrie, and a foot race in which they just get tangled up and he falls awkwardly, and trainer's out there to help him.
But Kirkland Lake responding well out of the gate in this third period. They're down by 2. And again, coming into this game, they're not a team that has scored a lot. 11th in goals for, which ranks last in the league coming into this game. A minus 14 goal differential as well, that ranks last.
And Kirkland Lake clawing things back here. The shots in the first period were 15-4 in favor of Espanola. Espanola once again getting 15 in the second, and Kirkland Lake getting 13 of their own, despite having that 7-minute penalty thrown against them. And getting that goal, and then they have another 2 shots already off of this power play. There's still 40 seconds left in the infraction against Wicklander. So once this clears up, hopefully he's okay, we'll be getting back to power play. And he is being assisted up, Guthrie, with some help from his teammates.
He's got a long way to skate over to the Espanola bench and their locker room. Actually, they're going to let him out at that door at the Kirkland Lake side, and he'll be able to get over to the locker room from behind the benches there. So 18:05 to go in the third period, 40 seconds left. The Gold Miners with 2 more games on tap for this week. They will play the Cubs on October 4th, and then it's a rematch against these Paper Kings on October 6th. So a 2-game homestand on tap for Kirkland Lake, while the Espanola Paper Kings have to head off on the road. They're in Hearst on October 4th, Iroquois Falls on October 5th, and finishing off against Kirkland Lake on October 6th. Off the draw, Tingay to the right side, into the slot, and the shot is blocked. Rooney was right there, but could not get the shot off, and now a call is going to be coming against the Gold Miners.
Yep, a tripping call as there's a fight for the puck as Espanola clears the zone. And once again, we will have some brief 4-on-4 as a Bresh. Oh, nope. Who's going to the penalty box for the Gold Miners? So the call is going against
Tingay, looks like.
Took a while to get that sorted, but so it'll be 23 seconds of 4-on-4 as that's what remains in the penalty against Wicklander. And then Espanola will be on the power play as they get the draw.
And they are 2 for 7 on the power play in today's contest. That 4th-ranked power play in the league. But now it's a 4-on-4 chance into the zone, and the puck is off the shoulder and out of play. So again, Espanola, we talked about it yesterday. They can find the back of the net. They've done it 3 times today. They were 11 for 40 on the power play coming into the game. So now that'll be, 13 for 47. Not counting this power play here, which will take place in 5 seconds. Wicklander out of the box. Pethick tries to send him free, but a good block at center ice by the Gold Miners to disrupt that play. Pethick drops it back behind his net again. Will he look for the long pass? Nope. Gives it the short way for Wicklander, who finds Anderson, and they bring it up the ice together. Drops it back. Wicklander's shot gets blocked. Picked up off the boards and sent down the ice. Cleared out by the Gold Miners with 1:10 remaining in the penalty to Tingay. Menard behind the blue line to Pethick. Pethick with time sends it up to Wicklander. He can't drag it across the blue line, and it's sent down the ice again.
Kirkland Lake controlling well here. Not giving Espanola any really sustained time in their zone.
16:30 to play in the third. 3-1 Espanola lead. Booth over the right side into the attacking zone. Now Menard with a chance, and it's right off the leg of Rooney, and then cleared out again by Kirkland Lake. There will be 20 seconds remaining as Pethick brings it up the ice. Pethick now entering the zone on the right side, taking the shot that's wide of the net. Anderson on the far side for Espanola, looking for control. 10 seconds to go on the power play. It's picked up and sent out of the zone by Girard, and that should kill off the remaining time, and we'll get back to 5-on-5 with 15:45 to play in the third period.
Fantastic kill there by the Gold Miners.
Still trailing by 2 as Wicklander brings it in, driving in the net, going for the wraparound right on the doorstep, and they lift it high over the crossbar. Menard with the opportunity right there. Gets it back to Wicklander, his shot goes wide. Now Hill keeping it in. Trying to feed it down the boards, that's blocked. Girard trying to clear it, sent right back in. And chased behind the net by Brousseau. Sends it into the corner for Girard. 15:05 to go in this period. Girard through the middle. Sends it down the right side. That's picked off by Rampersad. And now kicked out. Nice play there by Tavon Spencer to break it up. Still looking for control here. Couple of guys involved, and the shot comes out of nowhere out of that little scrum along the boards. Clayton tried to get it to Sackett. Now it is Gray. And behind the play, we're getting a roughing call. And Bresch is going to the box.
And off of the back of a great penalty kill by Kirkland Lake, they will find themselves once again on it. Time dwindling away now. 14:28 remaining in the third.
9th power play of the game coming up for Espanola.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, even after everything, if you're Kyle Adams, I mean, you gotta, I guess, be pleased with the way they've played defensively? Question mark? I mean, it's in the middle. Nichols with the save.
And they say your goalie's got to be your best penalty killer, and so far he's looked very steady in his net, stopping mostly everything that's been thrown his way. 34 shots on net, 3 going in, and 2 of those being down a man for Kirkland Lake.
He made 36 saves in that 5-4 overtime loss to Elliott Lake last weekend. Pethick deflected up and over the glass and out of play.
Good deflection by Leaners.
And so he is at 31 in this game.
Still a lot of period left to play. And we know Espanola likes to throw pucks on net, especially when they're up a man. It's not about the quality of the shots, it's about the quantity of them, and they get a lot off.
Anderson across to the far side. Wicklander, now Pethick. Walking in, shot deflected, and Nickel had to be quick on that one. Back down to Anderson. Now Pethick. Anderson at the blue line. Pethick almost lost it, and this time it is sent off his stick by Hill and sent down the ice. Still over a minute to go on the penalty kill with 13:30 to play in the period. Anderson right down the middle. Nickel turns it away. On the near side, Menard tried to flip it to the middle. Anderson kept it in at the blue line. Robideau out of the corner, down the ice. 40 seconds to go in the penalty kill. And the thing is, the time isn't moving fast enough on the clock if you're the gold miners on the penalty kill, but it's moving way too fast on the overall clock if you're the gold miners, down by 2. Anderson gets it poked off his stick, trying to help him out, and followed up is Murphy, and then poked off the stick of Lescarbeau and sent down the ice again. 10 seconds remaining in the penalty to Abrish, and he will look to jump back onto the ice to get it back to 5-on-5 and try to get Kirkland Lake to within a goal in this one. Dumped in, Gerard with control. Sackett in the middle. Sackett lost his footing coming over the line. Could not get the puck. Still in the zone though, and it's cleared down the ice. And racing towards it is Brousseau, and that will be icing against Espanola. 12:01 to play in the third. 3-1 Espanola lead.
Another terrific penalty kill by the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners. They keep a lot of the opportunities away from the center of the ice. Hardly any shots taken by the Paper Kings, and just a lot of forechecking pressure put up by Kirkland Lake, keeping them at bay and burning time off the clock. As you said, Matt, wasn't moving quite fast enough for them on the penalty kill, but it is on the game clock. 12 minutes remaining.
And that does feel like a lot of time, but you've already taken 2 penalties in this period, so unfortunately time you're not going to get back if you're Kirkland Lake in this one. And now you got to do what you can to make the most of it. Another icing call against Espanola. And coming into the game, the Gold Miners with the 8th ranked penalty kill at 77.3%. They had given up 5 power play goals on 22 chances. So that's 7 now on 31.
It's been a very good kill for the Gold Miners today.
Behind the net, Sackett had a chance to center it, couldn't settle it down. Abrish, nice move between the legs to get it to Sackett, but then he lost it, and it's 3 Paper Kings rushing out of the zone. The shot scores. Carter Drigo took it himself, and it's now 4-1 Espanola.
And a weird deflection as Tinga got his stick in the way, and that redirects the puck past his own netminder. Just an unfortunate set of circumstances if you're Kirkland Lake. You start doing everything right in the third period, go off the back of 2 really, really solid penalty kills, and then a misplay at the blue line, get caught in an odd man rush, an unfortunate deflection, and it's now a 3-goal game with just over half a period to go.
Sometimes it just comes down to that puck control, right? Sackett had a couple of chances behind the net, and then at the far side, it just couldn't get that puck to settle down. Interference now is going to be called, and Drigo with a shove after the whistle. Now Gerard grabbing Drigo's jersey. And I believe the interference call is against the Paper Kings, but we'll see if anything else gets handed out.
Off the draw, Hill gave a little shove from behind when the puck was far and away. And just as quickly as Kirkland Lake goes down, they get another opportunity to try and bring this back. And it couldn't have come at a better time for them right off the back of a goal against. You got, 11:08 left. Now's the time.
I'm sure they would have loved to have had this opportunity about 3 minutes ago, but they'll take it now.
More than certainly.
Clayton walking in, turns back, down to Gray, across to the right side, back to Gray on the left side circle. Gray takes a shot, save made, rebound chance, they score! Into the back of the net, on the power play. The lead is cut in half, it's 4-2.
A shot towards the net, and just a little bit of a rebound, unable to be taken under control by Helke. And that's exactly how things needed to go for Kirkland Lake to stay in there. That 3-goal lead by Espanola has now been cut back to 2, basically back where we were, Matt.
And for Helke, just the second goal he has given up. Again, this is his 4th career NOJHL start. And he has faced a lot of puck in his first 3 games. 136 saves is what he made in the first 3 games.
Oh my goodness.
Twice he faced over 50 shots.
And we have another call here. Gray going off for cross-checking. Just trading penalties here.
10th.
Now, 10 penalties.
And now it's going to be a misconduct to Gray. Getting the unsportsmanlike. So cross-checking and an unsportsmanlike. And I think that means Gray's night is over unless it's just going to be a 5-minute misconduct. Yeah, okay, so it's not going to be a game. Just an unsportsmanlike.
And as quickly as they get it back, Espanola back on the power play.
I mean, here's the thing. Again, Kirkland Lake has played this entire game shorthanded on the bench.
Yeah, down 3 players.
And they've hung in there. Again, probably not going to be happy with how most of this game went if you're if you're head coach Kyle Adams.
Like, the tenacity is admirable, but
That's exactly it. But I mean, if you're Kirkland Lake, there are definitely sequences of this game that you are very happy with. Killing off a lot of penalties and getting some scoring chances, 20 shots on net. Whereas for the Paper Kings, you're equally, I think, just as happy with some parts of your game as a shot goes off. And then there's other parts that you definitely would like to see some improvement on. Another shot coming in. And how about that? Rooney diving in front of it to break up that puck coming anywhere near his net.
yeah, Espanola, like we talked about going into this game, that they had a lot of penalty minutes against. It was basically averaging out to around a period a game that they had played in penalties against, and then they played probably their most disciplined game all season and taken full advantage of that.
They had been shorthanded 40 times coming into the game. Here's an opportunity, but poked off the stick at the very end of Tyler Corbett. Espanola, Rampersard slowly brings it ahead now to Wicklander. Down the right side, puts on the brakes. Tried to get it across. Corbett blocks it. Corbett in a foot race, but Anderson expertly boxes him out, keeps him to the outside of the puck, and makes sure that he doesn't get a touch on it. 30 seconds to go on this power play for the Paper Kings. Wicklander feeds it ahead. Menard, shot save made off the blocker of Nickel. And now there's a stretch pass, but they couldn't get it onto the stick of Aaron Leaners. 10 seconds to go. Menard over the blue line. On the left side, back in front, the shot is stopped by Nickel.
His puck tracking ability is fantastic. He's following it so well, keeping this game close for his team. And with that save, that will bring us to our mid-period break. 8:20 remaining on the clock. 4-2 the score, 39-20. The shots in favor of Espanola. Thank you for tuning in. We will be right back.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And we are back. 4-2 lead for Espanola, but we will be back to 5-on-5 play as that Kirkland Lake penalty has just expired. And the Gold Miners again have really survived a tumultuous game, and they're still within striking distance, that's for sure, considering how quickly goals can come in the NOJHL.
Well, that's the thing, Matt, about this entire game is that it seemed like it spiraled out of control for Kirkland Lake the entire time, but the score hasn't replicated that. They've stayed within, a goal or two the entire time, despite being down 3 players, taking all these penalties, and even getting a really solid shorthanded attempt on that last kill.
Brousseau flips it off the glass, but it stays in the zone. Not the bounce he was looking for on that play. Thompson behind his own blue line. Spencer slaps it off the boards. Sackett gets knocked down going towards the puck. Kept in the zone by Brousseau. Sackett now with a chance on net. Save made by Helke.
7:50 and still 2 goals down. You got lucky with a really good penalty kill back to back to back, and now you get an offensive zone draw off at a solid opportunity. You need to win this and get that chance, but
kept in the zone off the draw. Sliding across the blue line. There's a hard hit thrown. Davon Spencer's helmet comes off.
cross-checking will be the call. And Kirkland Lake appears like they'll be going on the power play.
I think Spencer might be going in the box too.
Oh, yeah, offsetting.
The offsetting is upsetting for the Gold Miners here. Looked like they're about to get an opportunity.
Yeah.
7:38 though. And Spencer. Oh, I thought looks like he is being sent off, but it could just be, again, his helmet came off, so it could just be checking the equipment maybe, or maybe he's done as well.
We'll have to see what the update is. Some deliberation between the captains and refs at center ice about what exactly is going on. It appears to be Menard in the box.
I believe so. No, check that. That's Tyler Thompson in the box for Espanola. And there is a 2-minute penalty on Tyson Spencer, but Ryan Greco is going in to serve it. So it's obviously 2 plus more for Spencer. And we'll see how much more it is in a minute or two.
4-on-4, you got to look at the positives here if you're Kirkland Lake, because that's all you have. You got a bit more space to work around an offensive zone draw.
There's a hard hit on the boards, but the puck comes out. Gray. Brownlee. Behind the net, Espanola in control. They get it out with 7:20 to play in the period. Espanola now in control in the offensive zone. Pass back to the point, falling down. was Makasoff, and that's going to draw a call against Kirkland Lake as well.
The hits just keep on coming. It's 4-on-4 for about 37 seconds. The box opens up, and Brownlee was on his man and appeared to go down on his own accord, but rode him into the boards, and I think that's the call. Was the contact after he went down?
I think so. So 11th power play of the game for Espanola, and this one will be a 4-on-3.
We've seen basically every variation of a power play that we can in this game. It is fascinating.
No penalty shot yet, though.
No, that's true. There's still 7 minutes left, Matt.
And Brownlee is also being sent off the bench.
So 9 players on the bench, 9 skaters on the bench for Kirkland Lake, 2 in the box.
3 now because someone has to go in for...
Right. So 8 on the bench, 3 in the box, 3 on the ice. And that's not counting the backup goaltender.
Well, he might have to get his...
Swap his skates out.
Yeah, exactly. Pethick, shot save made! And then the rebound is redirected away as well.
And that's going to get called for tripping. So we will be on 3-on-3.
Yeah, Leaners. And here's the reason why. Leaners looked like he had a chance to go get that loose puck. And then he was taken out of the play, right? So Pethick will be sent to the box. So, oh man. 6:46 to go. That is the only thing I'm sure of.
So we have a minute 8 in the offsetting penalties that led to the 4-on-4. Then a minute 45 on the penalty given out to Brownlee. And then Pethick has 2 minutes after just being called now.
But both Brownlee and Spencer, who got those initial penalties on the Kirkland Lake side, aren't even in the box.
No, they have been sent off and are being served by somebody else.
And there's a third guy in the box for Kirkland Lake because Tavon Spencer obviously got something more assessed to him on that offsetting call. Yeah.
So much has happened, the site hasn't updated.
Yeah, they're trying to keep up like we are.
I haven't heard a penalty call over the
No,
last
there hasn't
in a
been
while.
an announcement yet. That's right. I'm sure it will all get sorted out in the end. And again, the crazy thing is, it's just a 2-goal advantage for Espanola. And now that it's 3-on-3, and there's lots of room out there.
Yeah. Little shinny being played.
Sackett to take the draw. And he wins the draw for the Gold Miners. Drops it back to Gray, and Gray will decide to bring it right out and play it over to Kai Clayton. He finds Bruce deep in their own zone. Clayton almost lost it to Wicklander, but he gets it back. Clayton waiting. Gray leaves it at the blue line, then he flips it forward as it's chased behind the net by Rampersad. Rampersad holds it behind the net. Now he will bring it out, and he's got some speed going down the right wing into the attacking zone, feathers it across. Wicklander lets it go into the corner, plays it back to Rampersad. Rampersad trying to center it, but it's blocked by Clayton. Now over to Sackett. Sackett gets into the zone over the blue line. And now he converges with Rampersad in the corner. Puck gets kicked out of that area. Wicklander into the corner. And now it is 4 Paper Kings on the ice. There's all kinds of changes happening. Greco bringing it in. The shot save made. Greco still with the puck. Sends it to the back. And that is blocked and almost a chance to spring Anderson free. 4-on-4 will continue for 15 seconds. And somebody else is coming out of the box with 5:10 to play in this third period. Out to the neutral zone. Anderson over the blue line. Sends it in. It's deflected high. So now it is a 10-second power play for the Gold Miners. Looking to move it out of their zone. Menard steals it. And the Paper Kings go offside with 2 seconds left in the penalty to Pethick. And so the Gold Miners will get a... Oh, no, it's not going to go all the way down the... Okay, it's just going to be just inside their own... Or just outside their own blue line. 2 seconds to go. Then we will be back to 5-on-5 for the first time in a while. And here we are with 4:44 to play. Greco with it. Drops it back. The shot just wide. It's a 2-goal lead. 4-2 with 4:30 to play. In the third period, Paper Kings ahead. Here comes Hill. Down the right side. Into the Kirkland zone. He turns it over to Tingay, who plays it behind the net to Brousseau. Brousseau gets it out. Espinola fires it back in. Tingay with it at the line. Plays it back to Brousseau. Brousseau looking for an exit. Back to Tingay on the near side. Now it's Hall down the left wing. Hall fires it in. Turned aside by the goaltender Helke with his 21st save of the game. Sent down the ice. Icing will be called with 3:50 to play in the third period. And the goaltender, Nolan Nickel, looking to the bench. Maybe a slightly early pull with the fact that the Gold Miners are down by 2.
Yep, 3:50 remaining. He'll stay in his net, but he may go off early depending.
Yeah, he hasn't moved. In fact, he looks pretty relaxed back there right now.
Facing 40 shots, stopping 36. Then on the other hand, Kirkland Lake 23 shots on goal, 2 going in, so 21 stopped by Helke.
Face-off won by Kirkland Lake. There's a hard hit thrown on the glass. Puck stays in play along the end boards. Trying to dig that one out. Leaners, now it's Gray with it. Gray fires it off the end boards, trying to get that bounce off the end boards in front of the net. That did not work, and that allowed the Paper Kings to clear it, and it's all the way down into the Kirkland zone. Now they bring it up ahead. The Gold Miners had some numbers in the area, couldn't complete the pass. They've got control in the neutral zone again. Hall gets hit at the line, and Espinola will dump it down the ice. Played by the goaltender Nickel into the near side boards. Gray carries it behind the net. Switches spots and leaves it there for Robideau with 2:50 to play in the game. Kirkland Lake looking for 1 in the next minute or so to see if they can get to within 1. They bring it out of the zone again. The Gold Miners into the attack again. Rooney with a nice move. Plays it on net, but the shot is turned away. Clayton to Brousseau on the left side. Back to Brousseau. Brousseau can't hold it at the line.
Nichols out of his net now.
So they'll get the extra attacker looking for 2 goals. Espinola forces the turnover, and they put it into the empty net. 5-2. Paper Kings with 2:04 to play.
And what do you say? You go for the goalie pull, hope for the best. A turnover at the neutral zone can't get in the way. And you don't like to call things done before they're done, but 2:04 remaining, down 3. 5-on-5 at least. Nickel back in his net.
Nickel back in his net. Sounds like their next album.
Oh no, I didn't hear.
That's out of the zone, down the ice, and that will be icing against Kirkland Lake. Yeah, it was. I mean, I think for Kirkland Lake, they were just looking for the opportunity. I mean, they didn't really have great control of the puck when the goalie pull happened, but you're really just trying to force the issue because, again, down by 2, you need one quickly, and then you can reset and try to get the equalizer, right? But
time's ticking down. You don't want it to let it drop too close to a minute 30 because at that point it becomes near impossible.
That shot is blocked. Kirkland Lake have not given up in this game as they bring it right back down the ice. The drop pass coming in. 10-gauge shot is deflected and it goes high. And right at the side of the net, it will be smothered by Helke, who himself has had a terrific game in net, making 23 saves to this point for Espanola.
And that's been the thing, Matt, is that Kirkland Lake has not given up. Despite everything that's happened in this game, they have been tenacious, they have been fighting, they have been going for every opportunity that's been allowed to them, creating some really good turnovers in the offensive zone, a couple of really nice breaks, and just nothing's been going their way.
And I think these are sort of the games that Espanola expects to have more of, right? Where they get their goals quickly and early, and then they can just settle in a little bit. But again, for a team with all that firepower and with 11 power play chances, 5 goals sometimes seems like not enough if you're Espanola.
Well, as we said, like, it was within a goal or two for the majority of this game, despite all of that.
10-gauge. Gerard now firing it off the side. And for Jack Helke, as we said, in every game he's played so far this season, 5 goals has been the minimum against him. This will be a nice, well-deserved victory for him.
Yeah, and he's looked solid. He's only had to face shots and spurts, it seems. It's been, feast or famine, whether Kirkland Lake's been lighting up the net at this point, because it was either they were on the kill for so long, so Helke didn't really have to face anything despite the odd shorthanded rush, or they've been on the penalty kill themselves, and then he's had to face 1 or 2 and turn those away fairly effectively.
And again, his last 2 games, he faced a combined 104 shots. So this is a nice way to kind of settle into more of maybe a normal game for Helke, right?
Most certainly.
Here comes Greco, the shot, and Helke with another save. 10 seconds to go. And the Espanola Paper Kings are going to sweep their 2 games at the 2024 NOJHL Showcase. They'll pick up their 3rd win of the year. A 5-2 defeat of the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners. And they are now officially on a win streak with 2 in a row after beating Elliott Lake yesterday 6-5.
And they're looking to carry that forward as they will be going on the road for a little bit. Staying on the road, that is, as this is most certainly counted as road games, despite one team playing a home quote-unquote game and one playing a away game, today being the away game in the case for Espanola. But before we close things out, as we do at the showcase here, both teams will line up and we'll have a player of the game awarded. Yesterday for the Paper Kings, it was Wicklander, who had a goal and 2 assists and was not at the Kirkland Lake game, so I was not aware of who was awarded that. But we'll listen in for the announcement.
So Nolan Nickel gets it for Kirkland Lake, which I think is absolutely deserving.
Most certainly. He kept this game close.
And Helke will be awarded player of the game for the Espanola Paper Kings, making 24 saves, earning his second victory.
And I like giving the goalies the nods there because there was a lot of shots going Nichols' way, keeping this very close. And the 5-2, the only time that a 3-goal lead was held for, well, frankly, more than a minute, was off the back of an empty net. 2 of the goals against Nickel were, in odd man situations where they were down a player. Helke just looked solid the entire way through, as we were talking about towards the end of the game. Wow. I have never seen so many penalties in one game, and I've also never seen such an effective penalty kill from a team that took so many.
Yeah, and again, especially down by the number of personnel they were on the bench as well. So that's going to wrap up this game here. The French River Rapids and Sioux Eagles will be up next. We will carry that one for you right here on Flow Hockey and on the Frontline broadcast on YouTube, but it is going to be delayed. The puck drop was scheduled for 1:40, so there's definitely going to be a bit of a delay, and that will push the other 2 games back a little bit as well today. So we will step aside. And once again, we thank you for joining us for our first game of the day. The Paper Kings take it 5-2 over Kirkland Lake.
Welcome to the Clubhouse by Gateway Golf. Located on Oak Street East in North Bay, with over 200 plus real-time courses, simulator arcade games, and delicious eats, the Clubhouse is North Bay's newest social hangout. You can book times now at gatewaygolf.ca or come visit at 245 Oak Street East in North Bay, Ontario. The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalie resiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency.